Hello rgMOOC agents, this is Sherry Jones, the decipher from rgMOOC headquarters. This is a Storify tutorial. Storify is a tool for generating newspaper-like web pages as well as used for curation. You will be using Storify to curate all the posts, all the responses, all the tweets, all the collaborative writing co-ops that you have completed at rgMOOC in one place at Storify. The reason you will be using Storify to do all this curation is so that you can submit that Storify page to us so you can earn the rgMOOC completion badge. It is also that you will be doing us a favor by storing all of your writing in one place so that we can evaluate your work and give you that badge that you deserve. So we're going to start off with going to Storify.com. So Storify is spelled STORIFY.com. Once you get there, you should see this button, Login, on the top right. So go ahead and click on Login. Now it's going to ask you to either log in with Facebook, log in with Twitter, or log in by creating your own email and password account. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with an account I already have. So I'm going to click on Login here. Okay. Once you log in correctly, you should see your username on the top right. My username happens to be my full name, and that's my username. You should also see this big green button called Create Story. That's basically the central location where you create every single individual web pages or news articles that you would like using Storify. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and show you what a Storify page, curated page, usually looks like. Okay, so right now, these are the top news articles that are generated either by news reporters, by individual journalists, or by people like ourselves who wants to capture news for the rest of the internet. Okay, so you can see that we knew that there's a plane crash at the San Francisco International Airport, and this is hotly reported right now, and the reporter, the channel is Weather Channel. You can also see that CTV is reporting other things right now. Ooh, and there's a train derailment. So, as you can see, Storify is a great place to get some current news information. But besides coming here to get news information, you can also be the one generating that information. So I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? But before we go into creating a news article, I want to show you how to set up your profile. So if you click on your name here, and you will see some options. It says Profile, Upgrade, Account, Find Your Friends, Setting, and Log Out. So if you click on Profile, okay, this will show you, and that's my image, so you see me again there. This should show you that this is the page that people will see when they find you. So my Storify account is storify.com/sherryjones. So if you type that, you will find me and all of the news articles I've generated, okay? And they lay out this way. Okay, so everything I've posted so far. Now, other things you want to be concerned with, which is if you click here, then you go into Settings. Okay, and we're currently using the free plan. You are welcome to use, more advanced plans, but we're using the free one. So you can go into Account, you can change your password, change your profile, meaning that you can actually use an avatar image for yourself. You can also write a bio information for yourself, website so people can find you. Lots of good things that you can use. Okay. And there's all the embed stuff. So I'm going to let you guys go through this, but there's a lot of fun things you can do. So I'm going to go back to the profile page. Okay. So how do you create a page? We're going to go ahead and click on this big green button on the top. I'm going to let it load. Okay. This is what you will see when you click on the Create Story. So it's this giant editor. And on the left side is where you type the information. On the right side is where you search for information. So I'm going to show you that before you start, this is what you need to do. There's this plus sign, and I know it's really hard to see on your screen, but trust me, there's a plus sign here. What you want to do is click on that, and it says Edit Sources, okay? So click on that. And right now, I currently have 17 sources that I'm using to search information. And now there's 2 new additional sources, which is great. They have Google Plus and Zamanta. You might have way more sources available. So what you want to do is you click here and you want to drag those sources over here so that you're making those sources available for your search. So I'm going to put it here. Okay. And I'm going to click on save. Now, you should see that all of these are search engines that are available for me to use. So how do we start the page? So I recommend that you see there's 2 squares here, okay? This first square should be the title of your news article. So you might want to just call it my rgMOOC writings, for example, okay? And then in this square, you might want to write a little synopsis or an intro to what exactly we're about to read. Okay, so basically sell your article like a news article. This is a collection of my writing for rgMOOC. Okay, so I have the title, I have the text. Now what am I going to do with this big blank space? Okay, so you're going to come over here, and there's several ways to use this. So let's use Google. Okay, so Google is the easiest one. So you should see that this word web is highlighted. That means that anything you search right now is going to be directly through Google Web. So let's say we're going to look for game studies. Okay, and I press enter. Now everything here below is going to be about game studies. And this is pretty great, okay? So you have to obviously filter. You have to review them because it shows you a little bit of a preview of what the article is going to be about. If you find something that's relevant, what you do is you click on this article with this, the cross, 4-way direction cross there that appears. You click on this article and you put it anywhere you like and you drop. Now you actually have stored the article for your use. Isn't that great? It's very, very easy to use. Now I can also find another one, let's say, so I say Introduction to Game Studies, Gaming Culture, right here, okay? Now, this is not just curation tool. You can actually type directly on Storify. So above the link or below the link, you should see it says, click to add text. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to say, this is, let me do this way, below is a collection of game studies articles I used when writing my papers for rgMOOC, let's say, okay? So let's say that is your title there. You can highlight that. You can also change it so it can be different sizes. So if you click on header, this will automatically become a header of this section. You can also select that and make it bold, make it underlined, so even look more of a bolder header for this section, okay? You can also type in between that. So I say, here's another text, and so on. See? Very easy. So you really don't need to know how to do any kind of web design. This is a very, very easy way for you to generate a very quick web page, okay? Now, let's say we leave game studies here in the search without deleting that. If you click on other tabs here, so this one says app.net, this one's breaking news, this one says Zamanta, SoundCloud. So let's try SoundCloud. Okay, so if I click on SoundCloud, it will search based on those 2 words and look for any music or any podcast that's related to game studies. So I see something very interesting already. So don't play a game. I think those are just songs there. Get Wicked game. Let's see. Okay. Let's try Wicked Games. That's an old song. Oh wait, let's try something that's not as cheesy, right? So winner of the game, let's try that. So if you click on that, you can drag it anywhere you like. You can drag it above or below, and you actually have a SoundCloud file. Now, what's cool is if you click on Save Now, so when you click on, there's 2 buttons here, Save Now or Publish. If you click on save now, no one will see your work. It's just going to be saved for your purposes, okay? It's going to be in draft form. Now, in draft form, notice what happened. I dragged a sound file link over here, and it automatically generated a preview image of the artist that's on SoundCloud, and I also have the play button here, so I'm going to go ahead and play.
No matter what people say.
Okay, so notice what happens. You can actually put music files on your Storify page, and you can automatically let someone click on it to play. So it's actually quite fun this way. Let's say we stick to game studies, okay? So, I don't know if it's still there, but we can click on, let's say, Twitter, okay? And see what has been said about game studies on Twitter. Oh, and the text went away. So let's type that again. It's game studies. Okay? So now you're going to see a collection of tweets regarding game studies or games. So let's see. Okay, so interesting. There's a postdoc and 2 PhD positions in game studies in the Netherlands. Okay, so let's say I'm interested in this tweet. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to put this tweet, drag it over, and put it right here. Okay, so now you have a collection of songs, tweet that's regarding the subject. Now, if you want a video to go with that, all you have to do is click on YouTube here, and it will search for YouTube on anything regarding game studies. And I see one on game studies here, building a game studies community. I think that's great. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on that and put it here. And same thing like the SoundCloud file, it automatically generates a preview of the YouTube file, so you can actually click and play the video.
So game studies exist right now in a really interesting sort of space that we're right now just learning what it is that's important to ask, figuring out.
Okay, so that's the fun part. Now, what does this have to do with rgMOOC? So I'm going to show you how you're going to store your tweets, your information directly from rgMOOC. So let's go back to your Twitter account. So if you use the Twitter account to access rgMOOC tweets, what you can do, there are 2 ways to do it. You can click on user and type in your own username and see what you have tweeted so far. So if I type in Otness, that's my Twitter file. I can see every tweet that I have tweeted so far. Okay, and I can drag them to store as information for myself. So I imagine that you would use your own Twitter account and type your name here to find all the tweets that you have done for rgMOOC and store it in here. Now, another way to do it is you can just do by search. So if you go rgMOOC, so you can search images, timeline, user list, favorites. So if you click on these, for example, if you click on images, you can actually find images that's embedded in tweets. Okay, so I'm going to go with search and click on enter. And it's going to show me everyone who mentioned rgMOOC. Okay, so this is a really great tool for you to find things. Now, that's one way to do it. Other ways, so you might be asking me, well, how do I store my Mighty Bell posts and responses? Well, it's actually fairly easy. What you do is you go back to Mighty Bell, or let's go to our course. Okay, so let's do it this way. Okay, I'm going to go into week 1. So let's go into week 1 here. Okay, and then I'm going to go into our Mighty Bell form. So you click on that. Okay. Now, let's say you posted, and let's look for some posts here. Would you recommend? Let's see if someone posted in this question. Nope. Let's try another one. Oops, I think I have to log in, so excuse me 1 second here. Okay, so I'm gonna log in. That's why I couldn't see any posts. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna log in here. Okay, so here's one of our posts, and let's say you might have created a response in here. So here's Nicola, and she does a great job with her posts. Let's say that she would like to store her post inside Storify. There is a very small link here, link icon. What you do is you click on that, and it will give you a URL. So you can just Control-C to copy that. Click on OK. Go back to Storify and click on this link icon which says embed URL. You click on that. Then you just paste the URL and click on enter. Okay? It will actually show up. So what Nicola posted on Mighty Bell can be found directly from Storify. You can actually drag it this way. Okay, so this is proof that you have done the work for week 1. So this is what we would like you to do. Store all your posts and responses from week 1, week 2, week 3, and every week you have done the work. Now we also realize that some of you might have responded to lots and lots of posts, so you might not be able to store every single response. So what I recommend that you do is to store the best responses that you think you've done every week, just so it's proof that you have participated in the posting and the responding of every week's Mighty Bell page. Okay? Now, how do we store collaborative co-op pages? So, I'm going to go back to our course. Okay? Now, I'm going to sign into, need to sign into all of these. Okay, I'm going to go back to our course. Okay. Now, if you click on collaborations on the left side of the course, you should see there are our week 6 rhetorical analysis essay, which is our collaborative writing co-op, is up. So what you do is you click on this, and on the top of this Titan pad, there's this nice URL. So you click on that, do Control-C to copy that link, then you go back to Storify. Once again, use this embed URL, enter, Control-V to paste the URL and enter. Okay? Now, you have the Titan pad there. So you just drag it and put it over here. Now, we would appreciate though that if you're doing a Storify page like this, we don't want just a whole collection of link after link after link. What we would like you to do is, in between the link, write some of your reflections down. What you thought of your own post. What did you think about the week? Did you enjoy a particular week over another? Did you like a particular question over another? Did you not like specific readings? We appreciate that you give us some feedback. So in between those links, please put that information there. Okay? So let's say that you're satisfied with this paper. So what you do is you can go ahead, let's say we leave all this alone, you can click on Publish, and you can go Publish Story. And now it's going to look like an official news article. You can also share this on Twitter or Facebook of your finished product. I'm not going to do that because this is just a quick demo. But you can see here, my name and my information is on the top right because I created bio in the profile pages. And also, when someone accesses my page, they will see that I've stored this. Okay? For someone else to see. So you are essentially like a news reporter using Storify. So, okay, I hope this was pretty easy to understand. And if you click on your username and you click on profile, you will see a collection of all of your news articles here. And that's one last thing I have to explain too. Now, Storify has a confusing feature, and you would need to remember to click on either stories or elements. So if you leave this button at elements, it will show every single thing that you stored on every single page. We don't really want that because it's kind of messy. So if you click on stories here, this button, it will show you, for example, that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 articles basically published under this account. So this is a way that you can continuously create news articles through Storify. So okay, that is it. And I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. And again, if you have any questions or if you want to join in the conversation, rgMOOC headquarters at bit.ly/rgMOOC course.